everyone, this is British. I would like to welcome you to my channel. Today I will push forward my infamy thingy. Today it's going to be a sort of tutorial how I painted my Celtic shields. I'm saying Celtic because, well, in some cases I suppose the pattern is not really very Celtic. I decided to share with you how I did paint them. I was encouraged by some of the people who commented on those shields, saying that they are rather good. So therefore my decision. Any secret ingredients when it comes to painting the shields? Well, not really. What you need is steady hands, I suppose. And that's it. Apart from that, well, I do use some magnifying equipment, if I might say so. Until recently, I was using this thing, but ultimately this was impossible for me to film anything. Therefore, I was trying to find something else. Right? This is like you're having this in front of your face and you're painting here. So I couldn't find an angle to film anything. Therefore, I bought these. Yeah, okay, these are rather funny, I suppose, looking. These are really cheap. This is some Chinese stuff. They have like a few magnifying glasses with a different magnifying, whatever you call it. So I'm using these. Well, I don't wear any glasses yet. I think I should, but I do not. So I did feel a bit of discomfort when I first started to use these, but I got used to it and it's fine. And well, frankly, I can't imagine painting these patterns without this magnifying equipment. When it comes to brushes, I use cheap brushes. Really, no animals were harmed during production of any of my brushes, I think. The only thing I do when I buy them, I never buy them online, because I bought like a few times and sometimes just tip is not there. So I'm just going personally to some hobby store or whatever art store, and I'm just checking the brushes to see if the tip is there. If the tip is there, and 99% of the times the brushes tend to be fine. So yeah, nothing special about them really. So that's pretty much it, apart from what I said, like a steady hand. Let's just go right into it and see how will I do. Because again, this is like I said this already about painting these patterns, that this is just not something I really plan. I just prepare a shield, like for the purpose of this material. I prepare like 2 shields with different color pattern. You will see in a moment. And then I just look at it and try to think of something. Anyway, just before we begin, I would like to ask you to consider subscribing and liking the materials on this channel if you find them useful, of course. Okay, let's just go and see how I did. So here it is, first shield. Well, nothing to it. Since I'm using Victrix miniatures, obviously this is a Victrix shield. A shield from the Gallic set of Ancient Warriors. Never mind the paints. Whatever suits you, whatever you're using. I'm using just variety of different manufacturers. This is the old Foundation Games Workshop paint. I did love these paints. I got just a few left, I think. The rest is like gone. But like I said, whatever you use, whatever makes you happy. Okay, so I decided basically to do this sort of like a negative thing. The orange part will be painted with the black, sort of like a black patterns, and the black part will be painted with the orange pattern. So as you can see here, I'm just looking at it and thinking, what can I do? I did I mean, the previous 10 shields I did like well, some time ago, and I was not doing this for a few like weeks or so, so I'm kind of reluctant to start because I feel like I'm gonna, you know, blow it. So there you go. This is like a, you know, first stroke, nothing to it, just a slightly curved line. And like I said, now with the orange stuff, with the orange paint, I'm going to try to replicate it on the other side of the shield. So this is going to be sort of like a mirror pattern. I mean, like a reversed mirror pattern, if I may say so. So I'm trying to judge the where this thing should actually end, and well, I just paint, and yeah, you'll see it in a moment. I mean, for the purpose of this presentation, this is actually good, but okay, just give me a moment. Well, as you can see, these does not look very similar. I mean, the orange line is not curved the way the black one is. So yeah, as you can see, that's not very good. So what? Repaint? Well, heck no. Let's just continue. Let's just fix this, because this actually happens all too often. I mean, the lines are not curved the same way, or they are not ending in the same spot. Because I also think that the one is a bit longer. I mean, it reaches farther on the side of the shield than the other. So what can we do? So I decided, like many times, that I will just, you know, double down on it, sort of, and I will just add a second line. You see, this just enriches this pattern. I mean, pattern. It's just one line. Like this, right? It's sort of like a, I don't know, branch or something. So this part, the black part that I just did, it's sort of the same angle as the orange line, as the original orange line, and now I'm gonna make a little curved orange thing so I can match the black pattern. Well, as you can see, still not identical. Good enough, I would say. I mean, they look decent, and you know, I'm like I said before, that this is, you know, when you keep on adding to this pattern, there are some things you will not see. I mean, you know, your brain's going to be cheated. Okay, well, let's just continue with the orange part of the lines, patterns. Again, I'm just, you know, thinking. What can I do? Again, just, you know, simple curved lines. Well, and there you have it. And now, you know, painting it, I mean, it's always more difficult to paint the second part. I mean, to paint the mirror image, because usually it's like you are concentrating too much, you're trying to match it too much, and what happens is usually, what happens to me anyway, these usually are much flatter than the originals, and you know, hence the first line that I did. So I try to keep reminding myself that I need to be round. Yeah, well, good enough, I suppose. Again, I'm just trying to judge where the thing should end, and I'm doing a little dot so I have a place that I can, you know, go to with while painting the line itself. Well, there you go. Well, I think, well, they don't look very great, but they look kind of okay, I think. Now, the very important thing, well, and that's what I think anyway, dots. For some reason, dots are sort of like Yeah, well, of course, the same dots on the other side. It seems like your eyes are being drawn to the dots, and if you make them sort of like in the same places on both sides of this kind of shield, it adds to the impression that this is very symmetrical. Now look at it. I think these dots really change the whole thing. I really think it looks quite decent. Now, okay, I need to add some round shapes to the whole pattern. I mean, well, I don't have to, but it will make it look more Celtic, you know, this sort of like a Celtic swirls. Okay, well, this is certainly most complicated part of all the shields doing this. I don't know what you call it. I will call it swirls for a better name for it. Yeah, this well, very decent so far. Well, actually quite good. And there you have it. Well, this is very nice. I mean, at least in according to my standards. So I'm thinking that if I'll be able to replicate this pattern on the other side of the shield will be just quite good, and it will look rather nice. I like the colors actually. I like this orange and black thing. And yeah, so again, if I'll be able to replicate this pattern in a similar way on the other side of the shield, this will work. Okay, first tryout. Usually don't do this. This is like a big pattern. It takes half of the one side of the shield, so I'm just, you know, trying it dry. And now, well, here goes on nothing. Okay, not bad, not bad so far. Okay, very good. Again, well, again, you can see clearly that they are not identical, but well, so far so good. Well, here, unfortunately, a bit too close to the other part of this pattern, and well, the space between it sort of like it disappears, but still, this is still pretty good approximation of the other one. So yeah, there you have it. It could be better, but it could be much worse. So I think it's solid actually. Okay, some adjustments, and well, you know, the other thing with these is this at this point you can actually, you know, easily get rid of some things, because these are just basic colors. There's no wash, no nothing. So if you don't like something, just paint it black again or paint it orange again, and, you know, start over. You know, strangely enough, I didn't have to do it this time. Not to be perfectly honest, among all those shields that I've painted, so with those two that I'm presenting right now, I redone like two, I think. Okay, now sort of like a finish for the whole thing. So in order for this to look sort of like to pop out, to be sort of like a not so flat, I'm actually going to paint again the patterns, leaving some of the darker, leaving some of the that it's already there to be showing from underneath, but on the top there will be much lighter color. So I'm trying to mix here some very bright orange. Again, whatever paint suits you will be fine, I'm sure. So the first try didn't really work out. I mean, yeah, you see me painting the dots, but yeah, it's brighter, but not bright enough. It doesn't really, you can't really see the difference, because you need to remember that these are small, you know, small things, small patterns. So in order for this to actually you know, for you to make a difference, I mean, for the colors to make a difference, they need to be really in a different tone. So here I am adding some more yellow to the orange to make it even brighter. And yeah, well, here we go again. This time I was quite happy with the result. I mean, this new color really stands out, and you can still see the thing underneath with the naked eye. I mean, you can sort of like distinguish that there is something going on with those colors, right? Yeah, I think it looks good. I mean, painting again the same patterns, I don't know if it looks hard, but it's actually very easy. I mean, you need to try to be neat with it, but if you're not, like, you know, completely painting on the same pattern, well, nothing really happens. I mean, if you stray out of the you know, path a bit, it's okay. Because actually there is one more step, and you can fix some of the things later. Obviously the hardest thing is to painting the pattern. I mean, what we just did, right? The pattern is ready, so the rest is just, you know, quite easy. Again, just requires some, you know, to be calm and have a steady hand. Yeah, this is what I'm saying. I'm using the same orange on the other side of the shield to paint in between the spaces, and there is no good or bad way. You just put some paint in between those lines, again leaving some of the original orange to be visible. And again, this gives, well, in my opinion, some you know, dimension to the whole shield. And there you go. I mean, well, it's not ready yet, obviously, because since we did this, we just did one pattern. We need to go with some grayish thing on the black pattern, and then the same gray will be used for the in-between spaces on the black part of the shield. So here again, I'm using some Games Workshop paint, and obviously similar technique. You just paint all over the black pattern, but you try to leave the original black underneath to be visible. Now, well, same thing. I've decided that this gray is just too dark and you can't see anything, so I'm using some Vallejo very light gray primer to make the gray much brighter. And like I said, I'm following the original lines. Well, almost done. Now again, the same gray I'm using in between on the black part of the shield to paint in between the orange pattern, orange lines, and some of the original black still need to be visible underneath. And there you have it. That's pretty much finished shield. What it needs to be done still, we have the umbo on the shield. I'm not sure if in English it's called the same. I'm sure it's called similar. I'm going to paint it actually bronze because I think it's going to look nice. And there you have it. This time is
the end. I mean, this is a finished shield. I mean, apart from the other side, which is actually still grey, but you know, the more important side of the shield is finished. I was very happy when I finished this one. I think it looks very nice. I'm not sure what you think. Well, you can let me know in the comments. Okay, let's move on. Okay, since you sort of like closely observed how I was painting the first shield, this is a similar technique, just the shield look kind of different because you got those mirror images across each other. I mean, there are not two halves of the shield, but four of them actually, but two identical. So yeah, this follows pretty much the same idea. I mean, well, slightly different idea. I will show you at the end other ideas that I do have for painting these shields, but you know, technique stays the same. You know, sort of like a small steps in terms of you know, small lines, not all of it straight away. Even the you know, the patterns like here, well, the whole thing is a one pattern, but as you can see, I'm trying to paint it you know, like little by little in order to make it like you know, similar to each other. So let's just speed up and we'll see what the sort of like a end result will be. So here I'm sort of like finished the first the first two parts of the shields. Well, they look similar enough. I think they are pretty okay. So on the other on the blue parts, I was trying to do something much simpler without the swirls, just some, you know, very geometrical lines, if I may say so. So this is what you see me doing here. So again, let's just speed up and see how this is going to look like. Okay, so there you have it, pretty much finished pattern on all the parts. I think it looks nice, although yeah, the Celtic look is not, well, the blue parts are kind of like not very Celtic, I think, but as a whole I think it's very nice. I'm not going to change it. I do have one serious problem with it, but I will speak about it in a second. Right now, again, I'm doing exactly the same things that I did with the previous previous shield. I mean, I'm redoing the lines with a brighter color, where unfortunately the choice of beige was not so great. I mean, because I'm trying to lighten it with white, and it's not really, well, you can't really see the difference. Not enough for my taste anyway. Well, still, you will see how this is going to look when I finish. yeah, so here it is. Basically it's a finished shield. Well, I think it looks nice in terms of the patterns being similar to each other, creates rather a nice illusion. Now I'm painting the or umbo, I'm not sure what you guys call it. This time I'm choosing a metal. Okay, so the main problem with this shield that I have, it's I believe it's the choice of colors and the choice of this pattern on the blue part, these lines. I mean, when I look at it, I can't shake the feeling this is like a Spider-Man shield, right? This is the problem I have with it. But overall, I think it's a nice shield. I'm gonna use it. I'm not going to repaint it. It's well decent. It is solid. I think it's gonna look nice with some guy. But yeah, it's look like something that Spider-Man would own. Other than that, it's just fine. Again, whole thing completed, and here you can see both shields. Well, the black one and the orange one, it's certainly, when it comes to looks, somewhat more successful. Although it's simpler actually, but I think as a shield it looks better. But I'm quite happy with both of them, and I will use both of them. Here are two of my brave Celtic warriors trying those shields on. So you can see there are some, well, I'll just call it discrepancies when it comes to similarities in those patterns. But well, these are obviously much bigger than in real life. Well, overall I think this was a very successful project. I mean, those two shields, and they look very nice, and certainly I will use them, or should I say my warriors will use them. Now, like two more shields. Well, these are amongst the shields that I've painted before. It's just an idea how to approach painting those patterns. Like we've seen the reversed, sort of like reversed mirror with the first shield. This one is sort of like just a mirror, right? I mean, if you divide this shield along the vertical line, these patterns are identical. Well, at least they aim to be identical, and they sort of like, you know, grow from bottom to top, or well, from top to bottom, more, whichever you like more. But you know, this is just a different idea how to use these geometrical patterns. And again, one more approach to painting these shields. As you can see, I mean, sorry for the picture, it's not very clear, but I suppose it's clear enough. So when you look at the shields, two halves, when you divide the shield with the vertical line, are different. But then again, if you divide the shield with the horizontal line, you see that each half is identical to other. I mean, well, each quarter actually, I should say. So yet again, a different idea. It's sort of like a negative. When I mean negative technique, I mean that the black half is painted with the red pattern, and the other way around when it comes to the other half. It kind of creates a nice effect actually. For all the colors I use this like some like a positive negative effect. Looks kind of nice. Okay, that's it for today. I hope this proves to be helpful, and it was enjoyable, I hope. So take care guys, and till next time. Cheers.